Hi guys. So interesting ruling today from SCOTUS on Trump's taxes. So yeah, some people will see the taxes, Congress will not, SDNY will. Well, Congress won't right away anyway. There's still, it could go into lower courts, and I think it's just going to take more time and more, and I don't necessarily want to read on that today. So let's focus on the tax returns that are going to SDNY and find out what's going to happen there. The name of the district attorney, the name of the person who is getting Trump's taxes is Vance. And I looked into him a little because I heard people online, a little worried that this is a guy who could be bought off, okay? There was a case involving, I believe, Don Jr. and Ivanka Trump in like 2010 or something. I'm not getting all these details right, but they think that, but he dismissed this case. That is true. It was a fraud case against them. He dismissed it, and some people think it's because he got paid off by Trump or something. And so basically we want to ask the cards about him. Is he an honorable man of integrity and law? Is he trustworthy? Is he going to do all the right things with this, with these tax returns to, fight for justice? And, or is he at all owned by, the mob or Trump, Trump and his mob, the same mob that owns Trump. Anyway, so yeah, so we're looking into Vance and what's next, basically. So Vance, is he a man of integrity, and what can we expect to happen now at SDNY and with Trump? Quickly, I want to add, I also did read that Vance has been a Democrat his whole life, and he even was appointed by Jimmy Carter. And he's worked with all kinds of Democrats in his career, which does not necessarily make him a perfect, trustworthy person. So we're going to see and find out. Okay, super interesting read I think that we have here. Pretty excited. So let's start at the beginning. Here we have a Two of Pentacles. This often can be a sort of negotiation or trying to decide between different ways to go. I see this here in this read as the taxes being given over to our guy. I think it's just taking us to where we are. It's like you can see the handing over of the money, of the taxes, covered by this Two of Wands, which tells me this opens up, this is going to open up everything for them. I haven't seen those Two of Wands as sort of a new gateway. You can see, oh wow, I just noticed he's holding a globe. Oh wow, and I just thought of that whole world mob thing and I think they're tying together a lot of things, and that these taxes are going to help them really go through the next gateway in where they're going. And at the surface, I have this Four of Cups. Now this is often an offer that you don't want, which at first I was like, uh-oh, because I had introduced this as, we want to make sure he isn't a guy who would give in to bribes, right? But I will tell you quite honestly, I feel that this is him being extremely impatient, because that's also another thing that the card can mean, just dissatisfied. And I thought, why would he be dissatisfied and impatient? And I felt it's because he has waited so long, he doesn't want to wait another minute. And here at the base, we have the Ace of Swords. He got his judgment. He's getting his information. So it's like, boom, it's done. okay, I'm tired of waiting. I want this information here and now. I did hear that at least Deutsche Bank is not going to fight this. They are going to turn it over. I don't know if there's any other holdups, but basically when I really felt into this, I just felt like we're just getting a peek into him at this moment, and he's just like, okay, I'm ready. Where is it? You know, he doesn't want to deal with any more BS. He wants what's coming to him and them. And I see this High Priestess in the near past position. They have had to guess and put together the dots without this information for so long. It's funny because I felt this as they have had to rely on their own intuition, which is the High Priestess. And this is so great. And they're moving into the Magician. This is the most powerful figure in the tarot. And it's because the Magician, you see, has a sword, a pentacle, a cup, and a wand. And the Magician knows how to use all of these things. And so I see this as they finally have all the pieces. They finally got their taxes, and this is going to make them extremely powerful in what they're going for. So that's super exciting. In this position of like where we are now, the Six of Swords, traditionally you'll see this card as, well, basically the card is going, you know, you can see her going across a bridge. They're going to calmer waters. They are going, but I heard it as smooth sailing ahead. Like they're going, like if you've been in a position where you're stuck in the sand and finally you can just like, whew, like I feel that sailing fast, you're catching the wind. So they're moving into another stage of their investigations, and it's just going to be like smooth sailing and fast moving ahead. With that, along with the Wheel of Fortune, which is in the position of you know, their current environment. It's just like, boom, we got it. The Wheel of Fortune, everything's turning in their direction. So that's awesome. The Hopes and Fears position, we have a Three of Swords. Often you'll see this card as the Three Swords piercing a giant heart. In this deck, it's going through a cloud, which I thought was interesting. And extra interesting is there's a tower down here. The cloud could just be like the inability to, you know, connect those dots, the inability to see the whole picture. And now they are piercing through that cloud above a tower, which makes me think they have a whole investigation on things going on, and I'm getting chills, through the Trump Tower. I think there is a lot going on through this Trump Tower, and this is going to help them connect those dots. I have at the end, which gives me confidence in him, the King of Wands. This is an honorable man, and also I often feel the wands as sort of a gavel because of that wooden wand and judgment. I feel like he's going to, what do I get? Like he's gonna pass judgment. He's gonna pass judgment on Trump. I mean, he's gonna complete this investigation and like pound the gavel on Trump. So that's great. I trust him. I think that this here is just a frustration at having to wait for what should be coming to him. Maybe a frustration about other things. And so at the base of this card also, at the base, after I did my final card, I had Ace of Pentacles there, which I think is another super positive sign. It's like, you got the ace, you know, ace in the hole, isn't that a saying? It's just like they got their thing, their ace. Like they're in great shape. They're very happy, and it's what they're getting is going to be great information. Definitely going to have to read on what Trump thinks of all this. And so I added a couple more cards here for clarity, and I get a Queen of Swords. I think that this is probably our Letitia James. I don't know if I'm correct that they are working together, but I imagine they are. I know she's a SDNY. So if it's not her, it's someone else working very closely with him, but I think it's probably her. She has also collected a ton of information. That's why she's Swords. So that's awesome. And together they'll, you know, be working this, working out the whole thing. And then the Hierophant here, which tells me they are definitely working, for the government, for the law, for, it's not upside down or anything. So their, view of right and wrong is in alignment with, society. Like, we're going to get we have the right people in place who are searching for the right kind of justice. And, the Hierophant can also mean the government. So I don't know if they're also working with the government somehow. That's interesting. Because I know Congress did not get the taxes yet. Maybe they'll still try, and it can take more and more months. But I wondered, actually, this is totally me. I never researched if this is possible. Like, can't Congress now request from SDNY this information? I don't know. But it's either way, it's a positive card working in the right direction. And then at the base of the deck at this time, I had this Page of Wands. So, I mean, I felt I got a whole story here that I'm going to share with you. But I just got these cards one after the other, and I just was like, aha. So I'm just going to share this. Even by itself, I see this as someone flipping. And I think it's his son. And maybe it's even his daughter as well. But I see one of his sons flipping in, maybe now that this has happened. I see this as, mulling over like this. Look at all these pentacles. These are financial records and the possibility of handing over some of the details that will help the case. The Illusion Delusion card here, the Seven of Cups, that Trump would, I think the financial records will show a lot of lying, a lot of lying about how much income he made, how much something is worth, that sort of thing. I think that's a big part. And, maybe even the cover for Trump Tower being, oh, it's a legitimate business and really it's a money laundering operation, maybe. But I think a lot of, as far as this kid is going to turn over some things, maybe, and of course, and it's because he is not strong anymore. This Strength card upside down, he's no longer in a position of strength. I think they've probably been trying to talk to him for a long time. And then now it's upside down. He's not in this position of strength, and now he's probably going to have to do something. This card is a Five of Wands, which often means like a battle, like a, fighting and battling, which could be involved here too. But when I saw it, I thought, because he's trying to get away from being judged himself. I mean, of course, the only reason you would flip would be to save yourself. And there, Page of Pentacles, the handing over of some financial information to save himself. And here I see the Judgment upside down. It's because he doesn't want to be judged. He wants to be able to walk away free, or at least, he knows he's in trouble and wants to not be having to deal with that judgment. And then the Hanged Man upside down. I know it's amazing, all these one after the other, and I just stopped when I felt like the story was done. But the Hanged Man upside down, meaning he was waiting to see what this judgment would be, what would happen. The judgment has come. He cannot wait anymore. And then this being the desire to avoid prison, because this upright, this Ten of Wands would be like, I'm going to go to prison. This is, I don't want to go to prison. So I thought that was extremely interesting on this, one upside down Page of Wands. Otherwise, yeah, I feel really positive. I'm very excited for the for SDNY and their investigation, and I feel that they're excited. This is an ace. This is an ace in the hole. Honorable, law-abiding, integrity, working together. The Magician, super, super powerful. They got their goods. No more waiting, no more guessing. Moving into smooth sailing, the tides are turning, and they're finally going to have what they need to take down whatever needs to be taken down according to law and justice, and I am here for it. Very exciting. So I hope you liked that read. Let me know, as always, if anything popped out to you. You got any like psychic hits? Love to hear it. And otherwise, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.